Hi there, I hope you are doing well. This is Rohan Girdhani again. So, let's today learn about how to use Cursor to build a solid product and nailing the basics. See, my friend, we are living in an era where we need to learn how to use AI, and as engineers, it is your first most job to use AI in your daily understanding because AI is getting better. I have been using Cursor and all sort of AI tools for more than 2 years now, and it has changed the way I worked. So even if you are on an expert level, or if you're just starting out, or if you're a beginner, these are the basic things about Cursor or LLM if you're using something else that you should know on how they respond and how to build a solid product out of it. So let's get into this. Step 1, always set up your code for success. So if you are using Cursor, there is a file that you can create .cursor/rules where you can easily define your folder path. So Cursor can understand when you are talking about backend what you are talking about, when you're talking about frontend what are you talking about. So let's say if you are using only one code base, let's say some Next.js template, then you don't need to do this. But if you have a separate backend, let's say you are making backend in Node or Python or frontend in React or Next.js, then you have to put them into one place. Because for example, if you want to talk about some backend logic and then implement it in your front end, Cursor or LLM should know what you are talking about. There is only one thing, the silver lining is LLM is hungry for the context. If you provide it the right context, there is no way it will give you bad results. It can hallucinate only when you allow it to. So that is what we are learning today. So having a good understanding about backend or frontend is good, but even if not, these basic rules could help you build your next app even as a beginner. So step 1, always put your folder structure into the right format and let Cursor know that how you want to structure it. Moving to the step 2, start with the design. See, we all struggle with design and how the design should look like. So let's say if you have an inspiration of how your design should look like, and if you want to implement that in your code and you do not know how to design Figma or all of that stuff, AI can do it very well. So what I'll tell you is Claude 4, Claude Sonnet 4 or Claude Sonnet 3.5 something can easily understand images very well. Rather than providing it a URL, what you should do is take your inspiration, take a screenshot of it rather than supplying search apple.com and create a replica. No, that way LLM is not able to do it very well. Rather, provide a screenshot and tell it that I like this design, create an exact replica for this using Tailwind CSS pure and make sure it's responsive, but always use my brand themes. So AI is very easy to hallucinate and it could easily go over other brand themes or pick up the entire thing. So when you tell it what you want and what you don't want, that is how you are playing with context. So always make sure that you are providing the right context of what you want and what you don't want. Now, talking about the model, don't select auto model while designing, because if you select auto model while designing, it won't give you good result. Only use auto mode for very small tasks like creating a sign up form or things like that. Other than that, when you're creating the main first page, main home page for your brand theme, always use Sonnet 4. After you have created your first screen, then you can provide references that now let's create a sign up screen based on my theme from home page. That is how you connect the context and complete the entire design. Get your first design right, connect it back to the very end of your designs. Then you can improve and iterate as you want. So that is your designs part. Moving forward to step number 3, then you need to work on your data structure. First, you can talk with LLM to create a data structure for you. Let's say if you're using Supabase, Postgre, MongoDB, doesn't matter. LLMs are hungry for context. So first, create your data structure as per your app. Define your app. What features do you want? What features you don't want? Based on that, ask it to create a full DB structure for you. Then finally, you have to use your brains to make sure that it is creating the right structure, right format, and making sure that it is a scalable and a robust database. See, AI is a tool which will help you do things easily, write things easily, making your physical work less, but your brain should always be active. So I would always suggest first understand what you are doing, understand some basic understanding of the code base, then only use this. It is much better that way. You won't go into a bug spiral. So once your tables are ready, your database is ready, after also save a SQL file or a MongoDB file in here, so that, or let's say if you are creating models directly, you save your models in the code base itself, so that whenever you are talking to model, you can always reference this file or this model. For example, let's say I want to create an API for new user sign up for my sign up button that I just created in my designs. So what I'll do is I attached my Supabase tables in the context, the SQL file, create a new API for user sign up for my sign up button, and here are the DB details. I have already added database credentials and env file for PostgreSQL. See, sometimes we think that we do not need to add this, but this is the area where LLM missed context. So I have been using this for a while, and this is what I feel like. So this is your step number 3 that you need to work on. After that, let's see what is our next step. So if you mess anything up in your same chat window where you are chatting, if you scroll it, on every chat and every implementation, you will see this point or this option as an icon where you could see it is restore checkpoint. So what you could do is you can easily click on this. It will restore your original code. Let's say you mess something up very bad and you want to go back to the old structure or old code, just one step back. It's just like an undo. So restore checkpoint is your undo system for LLM based IDEs. Moving forward, our next step is whenever you are implementing a critical feature, let's say you are implementing a very important payment system, or let's say you are developing some sort of algorithm to do customer analysis, data structuring analysis, always ask LLM to explain what it understood from your prompt. Otherwise, what normally it does is it starts implementing. So you need to clearly tell it that explain me the step-by-step instruction of what you understood as per our chat. Based on that, it will give you what is the current state, what is the expected outcome, and then you can decide if the outcome is right or not. So this is known as chain of thought. You are giving it a chain of system to understand. So LLM, you are giving it a guide. So this is the problem, this is the solution. Now explain me back what you understood. If everything is okay, start implementing step by step. Let's say you got 5 steps in expected outcomes. Then you need to tell it that we will solve this problem still step by step. Step 1, let's solve step 1, then ask me for step 2, then ask me for step 3. That way you always have control of what AI or LLM is doing and you are not getting lost. This is very, very important, my friend. Then some very crucial points that you need to take care of in AI is always start with your designs. Tell what you want and what you don't want. Because if you don't tell what you don't want, or if you don't tell it that what it doesn't have to touch, it will always try to impact your old designs, your old code. So more than telling what you want, you always need to tell what you don't want. Then point number 2 is always provide context of last connection. So let's say you just build up a sign up feature. Now you need to work on forgot password. Always attach the old file or old code that this is what we did right now. Now based on this, let's create a forgot password using the same table. That way it is not getting lost of the last connection. Otherwise it has a habit of hallucinating and providing random variables, random functions which are of no use at all, and sometimes it could complicate. Step number 3 is use same chat to complete the entire feature. Let's say you're working on sign up module or you're working on dashboard, always use single chat. So before creating a new chat, always make sure that you are using the same chat. So you should have multiple chats, one chat for sign up, second chat for dashboard, third chat for some user feature or things like that. Then step number 4 is have a database file for AI to have better responses in developing the API system. So you need to have APIs, you need to have connections, always have that file so that AI could understand where it is coming from, what the old tables are, what should be the connection, what the foreign keys should be. Without that, it is just hallucinating. Ask it to explain what it understood before adding a complex feature. Don't just directly go in and start adding a complex feature. Ask it, give it a chain of thought, and then only implement. Point number 6 is it hallucinates and removes old code as well. So prompt must tell not to touch the old stuff very specifically. Now always use Claude Sonnet 4 for coding based tasks. If it is smaller tasks like let's say small code or small fixes in the design or small fixes in the code, you can always use the auto mode. But whenever you are creating something new from scratch, a new feature from scratch or new design from scratch, you always use Claude Sonnet 4. That is your tip to save your tokens and making sure that you are getting the right output every time from Claude Sonnet 4 versus the auto mode. Now let's say you are talking about some very complex logic that you don't even know how to solve it. So rather than chatting on Cursor or using Claude Sonnet 4, first go to ChatGPT for understanding the complex logic and what should be the most robust output of that problem. Once you are sure of what should be the optimal output, then ask ChatGPT to create a prompt for you that I am using Cursor, using this model. Now create a prompt for me so that I could get the right output. Also, if ChatGPT provided you some code-based blocks, use that as a reference for your LLM to understand and implement it easily. That way you will have a very good quality output in minimal time. So these are some basics that you need to take care of even if you're starting out as a beginner, and these small steps will give you very quality output. Last thing before leaving, you can also go to my site, which is rohangirdhani.com/software-MBA. There is a monsoon offer running on the software MBA. So this course is for engineers. Why software MBA? Because most founders and companies are struggling with customer retention. Without retention, there is no sale. Without sale, there is no business. Without business, there is no startup or a company. So this is not a marketing job. This is an engineering job. You can exactly integrate these features, these tools into your software and add this skill onto your portfolio. By this, you can generate retention, calculate retention, generate profit on paper by your code for your company or your startup. This is a very high paying skill right now, so you should definitely explore it. There is a monsoon offer running. So you can go what we have done, why it is for, who is it for, what people are talking in the market. So take a look at that. This is a certification code that you will receive. So going back to our original topic, the Cursor, without using Cursor or any sort of LLM for that matter, you are staying behind. So I would urge you to start using LLMs or AI every day in your job, because see, this is not to replace your job. This will only provide you better understanding. Consider these as your helping hands. So let's say you have 10 hands, 10 tools, 10 IDs helping you to make sure your work gets done faster. So you are using your brain more. Now you have to understand how to work with these systems. Even if you see the job market, you will see a lot of layoffs happening just because of this reason. People aren't able to work with AI efficiently, and market needs speed with quality. So this is why this video is for. So I hope it helped. And if you have any other questions about Cursor, or you think that I'm not understanding a specific part, or there is a new question about the LLM, always happy to answer it. Just put that in comment so I can answer it publicly and it could help everyone. Until then, this is Rohan Girdhani signing off.